What is a lot unhealthier than most people think it is? Repeatedly letting yourself sunburn for the sake of a tan. Here in Australia, skin cancer is one of our leading causes of death. The sun here is a lot more intense, and the UV radiation is higher. Our parents' and grandparents' generations didn't wear sunscreen or exercise caution when they were younger, and it's pretty common for them to have skin cancers regularly cut out of their skin. We have sun safety drilled into us from a young age now. In primary school, what we call elementary school, if you didn't bring your hat during the warmer months, they wouldn't let you outside to play during recess and lunch. My sister is 18 and she spends all her days laying in the sun to be as tan as possible. When I tell her about skin cancer and sunspots, she gets angry because nobody in our family has skin cancer. Well, yes, but it's because everyone wears a SPF and doesn't fry in the sun for hours every day. Depression. It's not just sadness. It has serious physical health consequences over the long run. Suicide, sedentary lifestyle, stress, lack of motivation, fear of taking risks, etc. People diagnosed with depression don't live as long of a natural life as people without. It's really a shame how a huge portion of the population just dismisses it as a phase when it can literally ruin your life. Obsession. Whether it's food, drugs, or a huge crush, obsessions are really dangerous and can warp your mind so you don't correctly value real-life stuff. Calling me out with that huge crush. Fruit juice. Big sugar? Let me introduce myself. 2 words, social media. Disabling my Facebook account was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. It's basically you comparing your entire life to the best 10% of other people's lives, which makes you feel inadequate. Staying up late. People tend to downplay the risks of not getting enough sleep because they're not immediately evident, and what the consequences it may have. It's not an idle question. I have serious sleep issues. Not getting enough sleep and trying to fix it with things like caffeine can be bad for your heart. Over time. Alcohol. Not wearing a mask. #NOTWEARINGAMASK. TLDR, nothing is healthy. Nutrition bars and yogurt. Many have greater than 30 grams. 1 teaspoon of sugar equals 4.2 grams, which is almost the same as a 12 ounces Coke, which has 32 grams of sugar. Non-fat packaged foods. You'd be much better off eating the fat that was already there rather than eating all the sugar that replaced it. Not chewing food enough. The enzymes in saliva help break down food before it hit the stomach, so the longer it's exposed to them, the more nutrients we absorb from what we eat. Swallowing too early contributes to an inefficient gut biome, and that's the first line of defense for the immune system is your sitting. I once saw a chart showing the disparity of what average people thought about the healthiness of an item versus a group of nutritionists. The biggest disparity by far was granola bars, which made sense. Wait, you're telling me the granola and chocolate chip mixture, held together by sugar, is not good for me? Watching porn. It completely rewires your reward system so you no longer get aroused nor motivated to be with real people, and it's linked to erectile dysfunction, depression, and lower self-esteem. It also produces changes in the prefrontal cortex similar to those of coke addicts. Greater than so you no longer get aroused nor motivated to be with real people. The benefits just keep coming. Watching porn is okay. Watching a fuck ton of porn isn't. Yeah, the problem is that many people do not even notice how quickly a little porn turns into a fuck ton and more gruesome. Porn is addictive, and only after a little while. Normal vanilla sex porn, girl and guy just fucking like 2 normal people, does nothing for you. You need something more and more extreme as time goes by. After a while you might even be unable to perform in real sex with your partner. I see this porn is okay. There is nothing unhealthy about it attitude in Reddit quite often. Just like weed. Porn and weed seem to be two things you can say nothing critical about. So then most people are fucked without even getting fucked. Seems like a win-win situation if you ask me. Bottling up your emotions because you're afraid to open up. Afraid or never learned how to do it. Many people can't process what they feel, let alone why. Lead characters in pop culture downing entire tubs of ice cream every time they're feeling sad, depressed, and still managing to fit into size 2 dresses. Don't do that, people. It doesn't work that way IRL. Edit. It doesn't work that way for most people. If you are regularly eating the correct amount and maintaining a good level of fitness, eating a pint of ice cream once in a while really isn't going to change anything. One binge meal doesn't make you fat. It's what you're eating between those binge meals. Starbucks. Some frappuccinos have 70 grams of sugar. Anyone who gets anything but the most clean-cut basic coffee from a Starbucks or similar is kidding themselves that they aren't slurping a dessert every day. Same with sugar-filled energy drinks. As someone who likes their caffeine but isn't a coffee snob, and if someone's getting Starbucks coffee, they aren't a coffee snob either. I make a thermos of coffee with instant espresso powder. All the caffeine you could possibly want at a fraction of the cost and time and tiny fraction of the calories. Speedy weight loss. Some folks will do a ton of cardio and starve themselves of calories. They absolutely demolish their muscle mass, kill their metabolism, and end up with nutritional deficiencies. I have friends who've ended up in the hospital, and they honestly thought they were minding their health in the best way possible. Weed. Smoking any plant matter releases carcinogens and messes with your lungs. Also has been linked to decreased brain development in frequent users under 25. Yeah, I was smoking joints daily and read somewhere online that the tar buildup from one joint is equivalent to the tar from 4 tobacco cigarettes. Also, I feel like the community should do more to discuss that the common weed isn't addictive is just a lie. Isn't it crazy how some people think it's safe to put burning ashes directly into their lungs? I feel like since it's starting to become more acceptable, people are becoming blind to its potential dangers. It's just because people have been misinformed by advertising campaigns into believing that marijuana has no negatives. Like anything else, moderation is best. Anyone reading this should know that weed is definitely addictive and causes physical withdrawal symptoms, something I wish I was told when I first began. Reddit. Never have I been so offended by something I 100% agree with. I am offended by your usage of PC instead of percent. 100% with you there, Chief. Posting negative troll comments. It seriously accomplishes nothing and affects the overall mood of everyone involved, which of course promotes having an unhealthy life. No, you. The salad you drenched in dressing. Biting your nails. My friend was a chronic nail biter. She got sepsis. Whoa, that sucks and was totally unexpected. Everyone talks about how fat is bad and the diet industry is predatory about it. But holy fuck, sugar is the real culprit. There's so much unnecessary sugar in fucking everything, and it can really fuck you up. Muffins aren't real breakfast, it's just cake. Weed. I'm tired people acting like it's a cure-all or it's completely harmless. Juice. Have you seen how much sugar is in it? Especially apple juice. Anytime I'm giving some to kids, I always dilute it. Sedentary lifestyles. Subway, the restaurant, or the public transit. Both seem pretty unhealthy, but I wonder which one people poop on the floor in the most. Vaping. Wet lung looks like no joke. This wet lung you are talking about was from black market THC cartridge supplied from China, caused by what they use to dilute it, not from vaping itself. I understand that it can make pneumonia worse if you have it or are at risk. Soda. Literally no benefits come out of it except for drinking caffeine for energy, which you could get somewhere healthier. It tastes good. Stress. Some stress is good and keeps you alive and motivated, but most people live with so much stress it has adverse effects on their health. Make sure you pick your battles. Don't let every single thing you do in a day stress you out. Watching the news, Fox News, CNN, etc. At this point you're better off getting some news from memes. Constant pressure to perform in order to survive, with no room for breath or failure. Obsessing over healthy eating. Like my grandma says, just eat simple. Literally everything, apparently. BuzzFeed. The amount of misinformation and stupid content they provide is staggering. Well, COVID for starters. Sugar. Wearing constricting. Non-natural. Non-cotton. Tighter than skin clothes and especially underwear. Especially skinnier than skinny jeans and nylon polyester minute thongs. Tighter than ribs, tons padded in wire stabbing polyester, nylon bras and constricting elastic. Underwear for guys. They constrict your body's functions. Don't air out causing chafing. Reduce sperm counts. Cause skin infections and discomfort and are too heavy on your pocket for not much good. It's time, people, to confess. And to come back to the fine ribbed vests, boxer briefs for men. And cotton. Relaxed panties and bras for women. Yeah right, bras that hold nothing. Impossible past a certain cup size. Don't want to have saggy bags of flesh on my torso when a bra can help carry the weight. Nutrient bars. But they're made with love and sunshine, carrot and carrot, a carrot, little carrot, bit carrot of carrot, corn, carrot syrup. Exclamation mark. I feel so energetic and I don't know why. Anxiety. The effects are physical as well. As someone who comes from a family prone to high blood pressure anyway, it is a constant concern. Blue light from all of our technology. Getting a PhD. Mouth breathing. Why? I mean, breathing with your nose is so much better, but why mouth breathing is bad? It can supposedly change your face shape over time. Essentially makes you look less attractive. Having correct tongue posture is more important than I realized, and I wish I found that out when I was younger. I used to be a mouth breather. Look up orthotropics, or mewing, if you want to learn more. There are a lot of YouTube videos about it. Edit. Changed first sentence to F supposedly to reflect that I am not of the opinion it is necessarily 100% true. I can't be sure and I didn't do scientific studies on it. The person just asked why mouth breathing is considered bad, and that is one of the main reasons. True or not, just mentioned YouTube is an easy place to find out more about why some people believe it is bad. I would not suggest that anyone considers watching YouTube or reading Facebook as research. Please elaborate. Willful ignorance. I don't know if it counts as unhealthy, but giving kids tablets and phones instead of letting them be bored inhibits the growth of creativity as a skill. Children need to be bored sometimes. Also, letting children have any sort of social media. Not enough parents understand how insidious talking to the wrong person might be. The internet is full of potential harm for kids who are too young to navigate it. I had some of my 6-year-old students talking about Momo for a full year. Turns out it was that fucking internet game that encouraged self-harm. That's terrifying when you think about how impressionable kids are. I remember being a bored kid. My mom would give us a list of chores we could do, even when we were super young. If we couldn't find anything to do, we always found something to do. I specifically remember an entire weekend that I spent outside in the backyard smashing rocks open with a hammer. I was 6. It was something I had come up with on my own. Staying in an abusive relationship. Laundry baskets. One wrong move and suddenly you slightly less skin on one hand. Living with toxic people, whether it's your parent, siblings, friend or anyone, it causes severe health issues. Just mental but physical too. Life is not meant to be a constant state of walking on eggshells. Being with someone toxic will give you anxiety, depression and a lot other illness. You will age faster. Stress shortens your life. It will literally kill you. Milk. It makes sense that human milk should be for humans and cow milk should just be for cows. Yes, specifically for baby humans and baby cows. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.